All right. Welcome. I need to put my other computer on mute. Mute. All right. I think that worked. All right. I don't have any guests tonight. Hi, Mitra. So feel free to ask me any questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to be building. And occasionally I'll glance up to see if there are any comments or questions to respond to. It's the day after Thanksgiving in the US, so I'm not expecting a lot of visitors. Hi, I am making the Home Alone Lego set. I'm on section 3 right now. This is the bag that I one of the bags that I just opened. So I did parts 1 and 2 the other night. It's Monday. Let's see. How Thanksgiving went, and you're not a fan of Eternals or the Immortal People problems. Fair enough. Thanksgiving for me, I'm not a big celebrator of Thanksgiving, so I didn't have any specific plans. My kids asked for, well, one of my kids asked for turkey, so I made turkey. But I didn't make a whole turkey, I just made a turkey breast because I made a whole turkey for Christmas last year and it was too much to eat. Eating this for too long for it's just me and 2 kids, 3 people. Wait. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Sid Harris. Not doing this in exactly the right order, but it doesn't matter as long as it comes together in the right places. All right, this way. get for not sorting my pieces out first. Black strip. Yes. Angle of these instructions are really confusing. Oh no. It's because I didn't put these pieces in the right places before. think I can build faster when I don't have any guests. two of these. Oh. This one. Of course, it's going to be the tricky part. Okay. All right. Section 3 is done. That light is so bright on the white snow. I think the front porch looks cool. I had a message. Yikes. Okay, I have to deal with that later. All right. Section 4. Oops, just to one of these. Okay. Whew. Lots to get, lots of steps. How many pieces is that? Love that click. Click, click. When the corner piece is inside of a window, so I can't see that it's a corner piece. what's the point of them picking out all of these pieces for the last section, because it looks like it's all the remaining pieces anyway. Hmm. This way. Oh. Sticker. Oh, that's section 4 done. I have a few more viewers now. Welcome to my Lego stream. I normally have guests when I do these, but I really wanted to build the Home Alone set. Hopefully most of it before December starts. So I'm just doing a bunch of, I will be doing a bunch of streams. Should be doing tomorrow night as well. This is a big section. and click. Roll away on me. One. Did I miss a step? Oh, I was supposed to put it in here. Okay. Here it's a little bit out of focus. Oh well. Space. Threes. Staring me right in the face. Okay. Oops. festive. That's a big section. Oops, missed a bit. Is this supposed to be? Oh, because it's a staircase that goes around. to. Click, clack. already. Don't know that that's much better. Oh, that's cool. You can see the windows in the camera. I feel like it's taken me like 30 minutes for each section of this when I don't have somebody else that I'm talking to. Here. Ooh. Inside this time. Ta-da! What was that? Not so bad. For 5 sections now. All right, I think I can go for one more section before I stop. Section 6 isn't very big anyway. It looks like, oops. Bear bits. Ooh, making a Christmas tree. Christmas decorations. Inside the McAllister house. Aha. Here's where we get to do the Michael Jordan cutout on the train. And Kevin! Okay, let's start with Kevin. Scarf. Oh, okay, we'll do this normal version. Spoon. Is this scarf and hat? Spoon and ice cream. We got some pigeons. Bowl. Spoon and ice cream. Wait. That doesn't clip in. That's not good. You should make it so that you can clip in. I don't know that I want to do that then. Here you go, Kevin. Oh, a sled. Okay. All right, Kevin, you can go on the sled. I can get your head off. Oh, you're in my hands. Oh, I see. That's how it's supposed to go. Oh, geez. Oh, I think he's having an accident. Okay. Now we decorate inside. There we go. Oh, there's two of these. Here, I think. Yes. Train tracks. Movie. Okay. Sorry, Kevin. Keep knocking you over. Ooh. Okay. Fireplace. Flame on. Oh man, I need a Fantastic Four set now. Or at least a Human Torch. I wonder if they have made Fantastic Four Lego set. These ones. Ooh, fancy. bit. Mantle. Ooh, why do you give me a bent one? Space. Oh. Wait. Don't skip steps, Dominica. Look at all the instructions. Don't get too excited because you want to do the next step. Christmas wreath. There we go. Oh, stockings. Christmas stockings. Ah. Cannot even do these things straight. Oh, that's where it's going. I see. Oops. Wrong angle. Direction. Okay. Christmas stockings. So cool. Flower. What's this? Oh, frog. Wait, where's the black bit go? Next page. Oh, I guess so. Here. So many pieces. Oh. These pieces look like roller skates. Is that what they're supposed to be? I don't know. Maybe it's presents. Another sticker. Picture of their house. Okay. This is here. My eyelash hair or eyebrow hair. Oh well. Okay. And this one is here. There. missing anything. Oh, 2 of these. Ha! It's the part I've been waiting for. Michael Jordan. Let me do this part first. Okay. Oh, and I gotta do the train attached. This. 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 Oh, I guess those other pieces are meant to be from the train. Okay. Part 2 of the train. Staccaboose. Okay. Go around. Oh, that's cute. Let's rotate a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Shows up on the camera. That's great. Should have grabbed my water. Oh, I think I've nearly finished this section. Just the tree to go. Stop dropping the small bits. Three. Which way am I going? Facing this way? Okay, red. Drop, drop, drop. Oh, they're turtle doves for the tree. 2 turtle doves. But there's no partridge. The pear tree. Star. Here we go. All right. Facing this way. There we go. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. And let's see. Show it up on the screen now. It's almost 9 o'clock my time. All right, here's where we're at. We're inside the McAllister home. Oh, that's what happens when I accidentally touch it underneath. All right, am I doing the right? The train goes this way. Okay. You can see it moving around. Oh, Sim, you just joined. Hang on.
Hello.
Hello. Hang on.
How's it going? How's it going? You built a lot.
I got through 4 sections.
Let me turn this volume down.
Yeah, I'm hearing my echo.
Four sections.
Yeah, just all on my own. It said I had 1 viewer the whole time. I don't know if it was Mithra from earlier or if somebody else has been watching this whole time and Mithra's disappeared. But yeah, this is where I'm at.
Yeah, that's a really impressive set. It's it's pretty big. It's almost as big as the Spider-Man office, right?
It
Daily
has
Bugle.
Yeah, it has a couple hundred more pieces than the Daily Bugle set.
Wow.
Once it's all put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you have time? Do you want me to do another section or did you just pop in to say hi?
I have time But I am waiting for food to come. It should be coming any minute, and then I have to go and just collect the food and tell my son. In fact, it might be here now. Well, when the intercom rings, I'll go and grab it. But it's just gonna take a minute or two. Yeah.
That's all right.
Um. Yeah.
Well, do
If
you want
that's
me
okay.
to open another section? Do you want to stick around?
Yeah, I can stick around for an hour. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, I've only been streaming for an hour and 49 minutes, and I did 4 sections in that time. So,
Yeah. without
um, it
without
clearly I can
yeah,
get
without us distracting you with
exactly, I can get through it faster when I'm not talking with people.
yeah.
Let's see, which
Okay, let
is
me
the
try to host
best? This
again.
one?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, I had it on, the yeah, let me put the video
The
back on for
Lego
the
yeah,
Lego.
yeah, that's it. The Lego camera.
Yeah, so
Cool.
I had the Lego as, like, the main
Yeah,
thing
leave it
for
like
the whole
that. That
time
looks good.
because before it was just hang on, let me put me at the front. It's me.
Ah. yeah,
I like
that's cool.
I like Restream, how it gives me the options I can play around with that.
Yeah. I think you would love OBS if you like to rearrange things because that one you can make the windows big, small, however you want. You can put this one in front, that one at the back.
Sure, this is easy drag and drop kind of way.
Yeah,
So it works out. All right.
cool.
I'm just moving the pieces that were spare pieces from
Trying to
this
see
last section.
where's my channel because I wanna host. Okay, how do I do that? Ah, there we go.
I'm gonna be right back. I had no water. I was gonna end the stream,
No,
but
no,
since
go
you've
for it.
joined me, then
No,
I will
no,
come back. Hang
go
on,
get
I'll
some
be right
water.
back.
Yeah, go get some water. I'll drink some too. I like streaming, but I think I almost like being on someone else's stream more than streaming because it's kind of low pressure.
Are you gonna get your guitar out too?
Yeah, well, I wait for the KFC guy to show up. That's
Oh,
what we ordered for
KFC.
lunch.
Man, it's
Yeah,
been so long since I've had KFC. I
yeah,
don't
you
think
shouldn't have.
I haven't had it the entire pandemic.
Oh, that's good. You've been good. I order it once in a while. Seeming doesn't approve of it, so I order it once in a while when she's not having lunch. But yeah, but
She's not
not that
around
she.
today.
Yeah, but sometimes she like once a year she might get a craving for it, but she tries not to eat it. Yeah, yeah. I had a good day yesterday. Killed it in rock climbing and killed it at a comedy show. So I'm like, oh yes. And then I came home and my wife got some food for me.
Oh, it sounds like a perfect day.
Yeah, so good. Oh, I just realized there's no volume. Okay, let's see. Might be too loud now.
I can hear it. It's kind of loud.
Oh, it's kind of loud. Yeah. Because there's a volume knob here, but there's a volume knob on the guitar as well. So. How is it now?
It's all right. Maybe a little bit lower. I don't know.
Huh?
I mean, it's not like there's very many people watching. Maybe that one viewer is you.
Yeah, it is me. It is.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I think
It's
it
just
is.
been you.
Okay, I hear it ringing. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I gotta
Okay.
go grab
All
the
right.
food before my neighbors steal my food. Nah, they don't. Okay, be right back.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Welcome back. It sounded like someone was drumming at your place. You can't hear me yet.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So how long do you think? Okay, you open one packet, right? It's like divided into packets.
Yeah.
So you open one packet, and usually that's how long? Half an hour to finish it.
It's been taking me about half an hour to do one uh, packet or one bag section
Cool.
today. I don't. I feel like it doesn't. It takes me longer when I have guests, right?
All right, right, right. So with while we're chatting, maybe 1 hour
Mm,
or
yeah,
or
that's
more,
that's
maybe.
tended to
Yeah.
be the kind of way. I mean, I don't mind. I like having people to talk to when I'm building. It's just it's kind of a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
surprise. I'm
No,
like,
I'm
oh,
I'm the
how
same.
much do I get through?
Yeah. I'm the same. When I was doing my maker streams, there'll be times when I just or the writing ones, where it's just like, yeah, just put that aside and have a chat because I enjoy that. And so like, and then the wood carving or whatever I'm doing, it
Hmm.
it kind of like goes real slow.
Yeah,
But I like it that way. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
it's fun.
Should be hosting now. Yeah. So how's things apart from the Lego building?
It's been pretty quiet. I read a comic book anthology yesterday.
Oh, what do you read?
It was called Moonshot. It was an anthology of Indigenous stories.
Oh, cool. In line with Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's exactly. What,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
checked it out without thinking about it being Thanksgiving or anything
Right,
because
right,
I
right,
had
right.
checked it
Oh,
out like
okay.
2 weeks beforehand, or 2.5
All
weeks
right, right,
beforehand,
right, right. Right, right,
and
right.
I was like, oh,
I
I
thought
should
it was
probably read this because it's due back on Saturday, and then I discovered
oh.
that. So I clicked to renew it, and it gave me a notification could not renew. So I'm like, oh, I better read it, and then it turns out it did actually get renewed. So, you
Oh,
know,
right.
it's fine.
Automatically?
No, I think what happened is that it renewed when I clicked renew, but it gave me an error
Oh.
message that it didn't need to give me.
All right.
But it's fine. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it was originally due back tomorrow. I may still take it back tomorrow, or I might just wait until I have more to take back and something to collect because I do have something on hold that is I'm waiting to come in, and I have a lot of stuff
Right.
to read still that I have checked out.
Yeah. I've been I think the social media marketing for reservation dogs have been yeah, has been working on me. They have like all this, all those articles that are actually, paid, and they're promoting this
Yeah.
series, but then they're like, okay, if we can get this like a interesting article about the star of the series, and then yeah, I read it and I fell for it. I'm like, I want to watch reservation dogs now.
So, did you find a way that you can watch it in Malaysia, or you just
No, I
gave up?
couldn't. Yeah, I gave up. I gave up. I couldn't find a legal way of watching it, and I'm sure there is. I'm sure. I mean, semi legal. I mean, like, yeah, through VPN maybe I can, but I haven't tried. I'm
Mm.
like, yeah, if it was easy, I would have done it, but then it was like, it's hard, and I'm like, I had other things to kind of do, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll put it on the back burner for a little bit. Also, yeah, it's been like this. It's been good actually because like uh I'm usually too slack, and then I'm like, yeah, let's watch some Netflix. I could do this, or I could watch Netflix. I could do this other thing, that I've been meaning to do for months, and then like, no, let's watch YouTube. And so lately it's just been like, okay, I gotta get this done. I gotta get some house renovations done. The roof is leaking. Finally, we found someone to fix that. Car had some problems. I needed to give some attention to that. Gotta make sure I had, yeah. Um, And then on top of that, there's the weekly activities that I don't want to give up, right? Like the rock climbing, the comedy, and the now the stand up pedal boarding.
Mhm.
Tomorrow we're going on an adventure. I don't know where we're gonna pedal from one place to another, and yeah, coach says we're ready for it. Like
Oh, wow.
anybody who wants to join can go, and I'm like, okay, sure, we'll try it. We I advise my kid to take the one of the easier pedal boards so that he's not like fighting to regain his balance like he
Mhm.
was the other day, because the other day he was like, oh okay, the narrow, so it's like the narrow board is faster and he wanted to be faster than his friend, so he picked the narrow board, but then he ended up like really struggling and he was the slowest.
He didn't
And then his
capsize though,
friends,
did he?
a couple of times, but
Okay.
also when, I mean, even without falling, you're still slow because you're kind of like trying to pedal gently in order not to fall and trying to take, you know, whereas
Mhm.
with the really wide board, yeah, it's slow, but then you can pedal harder, so it's like it's fast,
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, I kind of like trying to talk him into not picking such a narrow board, and he's like kind of still resistant. He still likes his idea, so he's like, maybe I'll try the intermediate one. And
Something in
I'm like,
between.
okay, okay, something in between. Because I think even with the easy board, even if he can't tell, he's still gaining skill from just pedaling it.
Mhm. You gonna be eating your KFC while you're chatting with me as well?
I don't know about that.
You're gonna let it get cold?
Yeah, I'll eat it, but I'm kind of waiting for my kid. I'm kind of waiting for Max to finish whatever he's doing. He's in class now.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I'll eat with him. Yeah, I
So
actually
they're
I'm
still
okay with
doing
eating it cold too.
mm,
Yeah,
are they still doing, class from home, are they?
he's homeschooled, so
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
pretty much we continuing all his online classes. Yes, basically his school is his online classes. We can't
Mhm.
really. Also, we worried about the new strains of Corona, COVID.
Yeah. Seeing stuff about
Appa-
that at the moment. It's like,
apparent,
well,
yeah.
go on.
Apparently, Brian Adams caught COVID twice within 1 month.
Oh my god. Were they
And I'm
different
like, is
strains or
that?
what?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There must have been different strains, right? Is that possible? Yeah, I guess it must be possible because they're like, what? We're on the 15th strain now because it's strain Omicron is the one that's making the news now. And I don't even know if that's the latest. That's the strongest so far, right?
That's the one that
And
they're talking about at the moment, yeah.
yeah, Omicron is
Or
the. I
most
think
mutated. Most
I looked it
mutations.
up, and yeah, I mean I looked Omicron up as a Greek letter on Google. I googled it, and it's the 15th letter in the Greek alphabet, right? So I think
Have they
there's
have they
at
been
least
naming
15
them
strains.
alphabetically in the Greek alphabet, or are they
I
just like
I th-
random?
I think
Let's
so.
pick this one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Delta didn't scare them. Let's pick the scariest sounding one. Let's pick the one that
Right,
sounds like a
exactly.
transformer. Yeah, yeah.
What's gonna make them more scared?
No, but seriously, I think they have been naming in Greek alphabetical order. I think so. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch we don't know. Like we basically only heard about COVID, and then the next thing basically was Delta, or at least to me, I was like
Mm,
Delta. Okay, so there was a Alpha, Beta, and what, Gamma.
I
Those are the
think
first
gamma's
three, right?
next. I think so.
Yeah, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. And Yeah, and like I didn't hear anything about those, and then I didn't hear anything after Delta, and then now it's Omicron. Okay,
Mm.
so I only hear the scary ones basically. Is that the
No,
everyone's experience, or is it
yeah, no,
just I'm
I think so.
ignorant?
That's been my experience. I think one of the reasons that these sections have been going faster is also because there's been fewer pieces um, in these sections. Like when I was doing the Daily Bugle, I felt like there were a lot more pieces in those sections, but I could be wrong.
Right. Yeah. But this house has a lot of moving parts, right? I saw like
Yeah, we've got the
it's a lot of.
train that's moving.
Oh, it's the
There's going to
train.
be something moving on this part
Ah,
too.
can you show us the train moving? Can you wind it up or something?
I showed before, but
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can. I can show again.
Yeah, I think I wasn't paying attention. Yay! That's so cool. That's just like a Christmas morning scene right there.
Oh, it's from when he had to make it look like there were lots of people in the house so that they didn't rob it. And
Is
so
that at
he's
the beginning?
moving. It's kind of like in the middle, like it's before they break in, before they
Right.
know for sure that he's home alone.
Who's There's a new movie, right? So who's the new kid in it?
I don't know. I didn't
Nobody.
click on the
Oh,
click on the thing to find out who they were, who he was.
yeah.
But I did add
I
it to
think.
my watch list today
Yeah.
because I was
I
watching
guess
something
if.
else on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'm like I'm not excited for all these remakes, but I would be if I had like a 4-year-old or 3-year-old. Actually, is the movie suitable for such a young age? Probably not, right? Maybe if I had a
Um,
7 or 8-year-old, I think I would be interested to watch it together.
yeah, I think. So I watched it with my youngest, I think 2 years ago, and
He would have been 7.
and he was like the same age as Kevin, and he
Oh,
was not.
how
He would have
old
been
is Kevin?
9,
9,
like
right?
8 or 9. I remember watching it. I'm like, there is no way that my kid, who was the same age, would be getting up to this kind of mischief. Oh, it must have been
Because
3 years ago that
because
I. Oh, yeah, no, it was 3 years ago. So he was 8. So Kevin's an 8-year-old kid in the movie.
oh, okay.
So the reason I'm just like, oh, I was thinking 2 years is because how long this pandemic has been.
Yeah,
And the only
yeah,
reason that I was like, oh no, it's 3 years is because 2 years ago is when I began my divorce proceedings. Like, that's how long it's been since I
yeah,
initiated my divorce. Like, oh yeah, that was 2 years ago. This pandemic has
yeah.
been
All
going
this,
on forever.
yeah, all these things that we just block out, right? It's I don't know. I feel like I went to New York in 2019, and it still feels like it was just yesterday.
Right.
And I just feel like, and then I met my friend Peter there, and I'm like, wasn't it just yesterday and that I spoke to Peter? And it still feels like that to me now,
Yeah.
because this whole thing has just been like we were in stasis for 2 years. We were basically like you know
That's a
those.
good way to describe it.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know those like those movies where they have to go somewhere in a spaceship, and then they are just in suspended animation. Is that what they
Hmm.
call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt like what. That's how COVID felt like to me. I
It
guess
still
to
doesn't feel
everyone.
quite real, as if like the last couple of years happened.
Yeah.
How has that much time passed?
I- In yeah, it boggles my mind, and I really think like a few years from now, like what would we remember about this? And it wouldn't surprise me if we remember very little, although it
Right,
all
because it's
feels so
traumatic.
yeah, it all feels so real now, and we're like, oh, remember, now we're joking about, oh, next day we're gonna talk about like, oh, remember the time when we were stuck at home and then we had to sanitize everything, we had to wash our hands. We might not remember any of this,
Mm,
5 years later. And just that thoughts, it's like, I don't know, kind of like mind boggling and kind of scary to me that we could be so different from one time to another.
yeah, I don't know. It's hard because, like, right now, I do not envision a future where we're not still using masks.
Right.
Like, I just can't see that even happening right now. It's like masks is our
Yeah.
future for the rest of our lives. um,
No, but you know how it's like our brain just kind of like forgets things, or just kind of like puts things that are not really immediate or
yeah.
not immediately important. We'll put it like kind of like we just put it on low priority, or kind of like, okay, you don't have to remember this part. And then like maybe we will kind of remember that we're supposed to wear masks because that's how it's always been.
Mm.
uh but we won't remember why, or like, you know
Maybe.
no, it's
It's
true.
like
i
this
i,
is
I
the life
really
that we
believe
have
it.
to live now. We have to wear masks, and it's just
Yeah.
part of.
And then
And
we
hopefully, they'll become a bit more fashionable. Like, there'll be more fashion styles rather than just
could
like
be a,
basic
uh,
ones.
yeah, we could be, it could be like a ritual or religion thing. Because like, imagine like a kid is born like a few years from now, and their whole life they just have to wear a mask, right? But then it's just they wear it the same for the same reason that I burn joss sticks, is because I don't want to fight with my elders because that's what they believe in. And that's,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible. Ugh.
And also the reason I think this is because I just compare how, like, what my priorities were, and what I wanted to do with my time, and basically what I wanted to do with my time, right?
Mhm.
It's so different 3 months ago and now. 3 months ago, I wanted to be a YouTuber. I'm like, I enjoy watching all those maker YouTube videos, you know,
Mhm.
and the f- when we were going to maker fairs, when my son was more into it, I was really enjoying like going around the maker fairs and looking at what ideas people had and what they were building. And then I wanted to be, I wanted to feel a sense of belonging, and I'm like, I want to join you guys, I want to be with you guys. And then in my mind, the more famous, I guess, makers are the
Mhm.
YouTubers, right? And I'm like, I want to be part of the YouTube maker community. That was kind of like, uh, that was kind of revealed to me when I was kind of like, I'm like, okay, what do I stream? Okay, maybe I'll stream some a maker stream now, and then maybe sometimes it's just chatting, sometimes it's me playing a computer game, and it's just all over the place, right? My stream. And then we were talking about streaming one time when I was talking to uh on Twitch. I'm supposed to say Rambotan, but you know who it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So
only
we were
only
talking.
because it was something that, you guys were talking about on one of your streams, I think,
Oh, okay.
when he was joining in the chat or something.
Ah, right, right, right. So we were talking between me and I was talking to him. I was talking to I think Stephen Bones, and I was talking to who else? I think Clyde Barrow, all on Twitch, and so he asked, like we were just kind of like a loose interview, kind of having a chat, and I was asking questions whenever there was a lull in the conversation. But then he had this pretty like serious question for me, which was what did I want to do, like what content do I want to create. And then I thought about it, and then in the end I was like, yeah, actually I'm pretty serious about the YouTube thing. And like I didn't want to really say it in so many words in front of my Twitch viewers, but basically I wanted to be on YouTube, right?
All right.
Right. So
Is
yeah,
this partly why you're like now you're wanting to give up the affiliate status? Will you stream to YouTube as well when you give up the affiliate
I would
status?
stream to YouTube, but I don't know where that one is gonna go. But back then it was like I had a plan. Like after I spoke to them and he asked me that, and I answered him. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I think that really is not just like a made up answer. I think that really is what I want. And I
Mhm.
was like, I had a plan. I was like, I was gonna build a workbench here, and then I had like a whole list of things I was gonna make videos about making. And then now I look at my schedule and I'm like, I don't have time for that, And I'm like, okay, let's put that on the back burner. I'm gonna write jokes and perform them and hone the jokes, and that's one thing. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the other like the rock climbing and other things, spending time with the family, of course, the stand up paddle boarding, which is like a family activity.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, these are kind of like, yeah, probably higher priority than the YouTube thing now. Let's do that. Uh, yeah, so between these three things, I'm pretty much like the schedule is pretty packed, and then I'm like, and I'm gonna be starting a YouTube, like not even okay, starting a YouTube channel, but then I also want to have, I also have to start worrying about something I never worried about before. I think it's pretty important. It's like I think I should worry about my social media and my no my stand up stuff. I should take it a bit more seriously,
Mm.
because back then I had a Facebook page, I had an Instagram page before I started stand up, right? So it was always my personal Facebook profile, my personal Instagram profile. I would post pictures of about like street scenes I saw and whatever, and I enjoy that. But like, I'm like, yeah, but I think I'm gonna turn that account into my Simtong brand account, and then start another one that's about like posting food pictures and street pictures and all that. Um, so yeah, I've been thinking like, yeah, that takes time as well. And then if I want to post up another thing, I'm trying to. I think I told you this. I'll talk to you about this also. I'm trying to figure out like how to put up like videos, not just on my social media, but also on YouTube of my stand up as well. At least have something up there. I'm so slack with that area, and I've been so slack with that area forever. And I'm like, yeah, now's the time, since I kind of have the skills for it after the related stuff that I learned from streaming, right? Like, yeah, I know how to edit videos. I know how to make a thumbnail and all that stuff. I'm like,
Did
yeah, I think
you
I'm ready for it.
did you get some video footage of your stand up?
No, not yet. You know why? Because I realized that what my friend said, Commissar Crazy said, is I was relying on the Zoom recordings,
Mhm.
the Zoom streams, right? And Rizal records the Zoom streams.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's got pretty good audio. But the resolution is really low, really
Mm.
low. And I'm like, okay. The other night, I was like, we were all performing at a mic, and Gajan was recording on his phone on a tripod. Now I
Mhm.
kind of figured it out. It's like, okay, there's always a tripod there at the club now. It's like a spare tripod for the comics to use
Oh,
with a
that's
phone
nice.
holder. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I will just record because there's enough space for a tripod now. I think previously there's just no space for you to put a
because they had
tripod, and then
so many people
yeah, and then like
sitting.
people had to walk, and the servers had to walk through that narrow aisle, right? And then there's a
Mhm.
tripod tripping them up. Yeah. But now there's more space, and yeah, there's a tripod there where I can borrow, or I can bring my own, which is also an option. And I'm like, yeah, just put the tripod, put up my phone, find a good angle, and record so that at least I have a good quality recording, even though the visuals will be good quality, but then the sound is still better quality on the Zoom recording, right?
Mhm.
Because the audience is mic'd up, the performer is mic'd up. So I'm like, maybe I'll try to get the sound from there if possible. But at least I have also got the sound from my original phone recording, which
Mm.
although probably not as good quality, but at least it's there, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so I think that was my mistake the past couple of nights. I was doing really well on stage, but I just got an audio recording rather than getting a video recording. So I think tonight, yeah, I'm going to set it up and record myself.
Well, hopefully it goes well then.
Yeah, I really regretted not recording last night. Also, I think another thing I want to probably try to do that I'm like, why didn't I think of this before? Just take pictures of the performers who are performing, but which I do, but I use my phone, and it's kind of grainy. It's kind of like the phone's not really good in low light. So I'm like, I have cameras. I have this camera over here, right? I can just bring that to the club and take take better pictures, and then share it with my friends, and then they can use that for their socials, right? We can take care of each other.
Yep. Uh, Before the pandemic, I started my own uh, business with recording improv shows for people and having people pay me for it because it was
Oh,
such good
okay.
quality video that I was doing. Um, and but I mean, there haven't really been improv shows for me to do that since then, so that's why I'm doing other stuff now.
There's still no improv shows right now.
Not much. There's like a couple of theaters that are doing things here and there, but the ones that I was more likely to go to are not running right now.
Right.
They're still doing well. If they are doing stuff, is they're doing online stuff. So
Oh, okay. So things are still pretty closed in California.
improv wise, yes. I mean, but it depends on what it is. Like, I mean,
What about restaurants?
restaurants are open,
Okay.
um, and they can be pretty packed as well.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
surprised sometimes. I don't
Uh,
go to very
I
many restaurants because I'm like,
I'm sure. Right. Right. I'm sure bars and pubs are also open, right?
yeah, I think so. Um,
Because I think San
I mean, you know,
Franciscans like
I
to
was
drink.
going to the comedy. I was going to the Punchline Comedy Club a couple of times, right? So,
Oh yeah.
um, they they're a bar and restaurant and
Right. Right.
are packed.
Yeah.
So,
I imagine. I can see. I can actually when things open up over here, I could see the demand and hunger for comedy all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ease back into it. Nobody really knows me. I can take my time. And then it's like Zach was asking me to open for a show. That was when I was recovering from COVID, right? And I was like,
mhm,
yeah, it says I'm negative, but I better wait a few more days. And I told Zach, I'm like, yeah. Also, it was that I wanted to make sure I was really negative.
mhm,
I wanted to give it a few more days, but also I still had that dry cough, and I'm like, I'm not sure I can perform. And also, I felt like I would be rusty. I'm like, I'm not ready to jump back into a corporate show. I'm just gonna do a few mics, you know.
yeah,
So yeah. and but I could feel it. I could feel like seems like there's shows happening. There's an overflow of shows that it trickled down to me is basically what how I was thinking about it. It's like, wow, okay, wow, it's seems to be a lot of demand for it.
Well, I've been to enough of the Crack House Zoom shows now that I feel like I've seen the majority of comedians that I remember watching when I lived there,
Yeah,
who are still performing today. Because I think there's a
yeah,
decent number of them who are no longer doing stand up anymore.
yeah. I think
um,
yeah the open
I
micers,
think
a few of them have stopped. Yeah,
um, I don't know if Jen Han does Crack House. That he's one of the main ones that I haven't. But I mean,
yeah.
I think I watched a different thing that he did. Um,
He's been
it
busy
was a
like
Zoom
with
improv
his
show.
job.
It wasn't a Crack House one.
Yeah, he's been busy with his job, but he is going to be performing. Like I think he's probably had a few online corporate shows and other
Mm,
corporate shows where he's not going to say no to, right? But he hasn't been actively like looking for shows like most of us to
mhm.
to fill up the time, because his time is just so precious. He's got his job and he's got to record a lot of things. He's got to shoot a lot of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been. But I feel he'll come back to stand up. I don't know. Maybe it's what I maybe it's my hope more than like um maybe I'm not being objective. Maybe I hope he comes back to stand up, but I feel
Well,
he'll come back to stand up.
I mean, I probably. I was glad that I had the opportunity to see Chiho. Um,
Yeah,
uh, was it 2 weekends
he only
ago?
performed. Yeah, he only performed that one time
Yeah. Um,
so far.
but like I posted oh no, that was last weekend. See this? I've got no concept of time anymore.
What is it?
um,
Oh right, yeah,
it was last
last
weekend that
weekend.
he performed. Yeah, and then I posted about it on Instagram and tagged him in it, and he seemed happy that I did that. It was like I was looking. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to see him. He's one of the people that I'd been hanging out for. I wasn't, because yeah, I've been following some of the stuff that he posts about on Facebook and stuff. So I wanted to see how he was doing in stand up these days.
I think I might ask for a co-headlining spot. I think I'm ready for that. It's only 20 minutes. I got like half an hour, so I'm like choose the best 20 out of the half hour. Should be good, right? Um, yeah, I think I'll ask for it. I'll go for it, and then whatever happens, happens, right? I
See what they
shouldn't
say.
I shouldn't like overthink it. Sometimes it's just a show. It's just something that I already know how to do, and then I second guess myself way too much sometimes. I'm like, no, are you sure you're ready? Maybe you should do a couple more 5-minute spots before you do it. And then, a few years goes by.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that though. I've had similar experiences.
Yeah. Just too careful sometimes. I was actually I told you I was doing well yesterday in rock climbing, right?
Mm,
So I was climbing with my friends, and I always like I they'd been climbing the past 8 weeks that I took a break because of all the false starts, right? The COVID. My
yeah.
son was getting vaccinated and he needed to stay home for 5 weeks. Before that, he had an ingrown toenail, so he's like, he's not
Oh
going to
my
the gym. I'm
god.
not going to the gym. So it basically, my friends have been climbing 8 weeks before me, right? So I'm like, okay, they're climbing well. So of course they'll be climbing different grades. So they'll be talking about their climbs, and then here I am climbing the beginner climbs, right?
Mhm.
So for the past 2 weeks, I've been like that. climbing the beginner climbs, trying to catch up to where I was before. And then my friend yesterday, she wanted to practice some lead climbs because they're going to go outdoors and do some lead climbs next week. So they wanted to get some practice in on their lead climbs. Basically, it's you bring the rope up and you clip all along the way up there. So it's a little bit more scary. But I had been climbing lead climbs for a while, and so I guess I'm more used to it. So at first, I started off on the easy ones, and then I was like watching them, and then they were struggling on this one that I felt like it wasn't that hard. I'm like, okay, let them finish, and then I'll pick a route to climb, right? And then when I was like putting on my shoes, it's like, yeah, which one do you want to climb? And I'm like, yeah, I'll just climb the one you guys just climb. Just out of convenience, right? We were already there, the ropes all there. And so I did it, and I was like, oh my God, it's just a breeze. It wasn't that hard, right? And so I felt like, I think what it was I was just taking it one step at a time, but also I was kind of like, um, not overthinking it. It's kind of like, well, what's the worst that can happen? You try this move, it doesn't work, you fall off. You either hang for a while and keep trying, or you come back to the ground, get lowered back to the ground. It's not a big deal. So, so I felt like every move, I felt like this could be the one where I fall, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't fall. Okay, it could be the next one, but also kind of like telling myself like, yeah, just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? The rope's gonna catch you, you know. Whereas I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I think about what's the worst case scenario, it's not that scary. Whereas if I'm vague about it and I'm like, no, you better get this one right, you know, and and I don't think about, and it's just like this vague fear rather than like um asking myself what is at stake. I actually make it worse. I'm like telling myself like, putting all this pressure on this thing that doesn't need
Mhm.
any pressure. And I think my stand up is kind of like that as well now. I'm like, okay, yes, it's a weekend spot, but I'm only doing a few minutes. The crowd is usually always better on the weekends than on the open mics anyway, So I'm like, what's there to fear? Everything is kind of on my side,
Yep.
right? It's just like, yeah, just it's no worse than doing an open mic. It's like, whereas previously I was like, oh no, it's the weekend, better do a good job, you better get it right, Sim. And I'm like, I don't need that pressure. I really don't need that pressure. Just go and have fun. If I mess up a joke, I'm still having fun. The crowd's still having fun. If I mess up two jokes in a row, as long as I'm still having fun, the crowd is still having fun, right?
No, I agree with that. That's one of the things that I kind of learned through doing improv is that as long as you're enjoying yourself, then the audience will go along for the ride with you. But if you start like looking confused or like you don't know what
Yeah.
you're doing, that's when the audience starts to worry for you instead.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
It gets really bad because it's like they want you to do well, but then it's like, we don't know how to help you here. I guess I'll stare at my phone.
I
It's
feel
like
like I've
they
just
can't
kind
do
of
anything.
stopped caring about audience altogether. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
I think you really
have fun,
need that.
enjoy myself.
Especially for improv, you kind of really need that
Yeah.
because it's like, what do the audience want? It's like, no. it's it's like you don't have time. Just say what's on your mind.
hmm Yeah, that's been one of the reasons I feel like I succeeded in the way that I did in improv. was because I just did not care so much about the audience as long as I was having a good time and feeling connected with um, the people I was performing with, then I tended to do well.
Yeah. I I think it's interesting that like comedy clubs are open, stand up like comedy clubs I mean like I guess they're having a lot of stand up performances. But then improv is still closed. So well, why is that?
I think it's because there's more hesitance in terms of because of the number of performers that would have to be performing without masks at the
Oh.
same time.
Oh, right.
Or it's a lot of work to have to like get tested all the time to make sure that you're going in and everyone's safe.
Yeah. It's good that you guys I mean careful to keep the thing in check. I'm
Trying.
glad that things are open, but I also feel like they're not gonna be open forever. I'm starting to get that feeling like I'm starting to enjoy
With the
it, but then
new variant, is probably going to have things closed down again.
I'm worried. Apparently, it's got a R naught of 2. You know, we were like worried that the delta with the delta variant is like, yeah, the R naught is above 1 now. Now this one is 2, which means everyone who gets infected before they recover, they would have infected 2 other people, which
Mm.
means that thing is every time someone from the time they catch it to the time they recover or die, it's within that period they would have infected 2 people, which means the this the number of people with this variant would have doubled, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, that's real scary. That's a really rapid rate.
Um, how are like boosters and stuff happening out there at the moment?
We have yeah, we're starting to roll out boosters. I think for seniors is walk in, and then for most of us, we have our appointments coming up. Yeah, so I think very soon we will have boosters.
I have an appointment for next month. That was the soonest that I could get, and I was lucky to even find an appointment. To be honest,
Are you gonna
um,
mix and match?
no, I wanted to. I wanted to stick
Stick
with
to the one.
Moderna. I'm sure I could have gotten a booster sooner if I'd been fine with switching to Pfizer. And I was like, I don't know how I
This is
feel about
really interesting.
this.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I like to ask this people this question because I think like before that, before we the whole thing like the booster, the third shot, right, became a
Yeah.
reality. We were like kind of like all just thinking about it in theory, and it's like yeah, it's probably a good idea to mix, and then when the time when it's crunch time, we're like, well, we've been having good luck with this one. Let's stick to this one, right? I think I'm thinking that too. Yeah.
Pfizer, it seems to be a lot more common here because it's the one that is approved for children as well. Um, so I think that's why it would have been easier if I'd done that.
Yeah. There's a new Pfizer vaccine, right? Is it?
I think they've got antiviral drugs now. It's not a vaccine. It's for like if you catch COVID, there's a drug that you can take to keep you out of the hospital.
Oh.
Making really fiddly chairs.
For the Lego figures.
Mhm. Or for the table.
Yeah, because they can sit on them, right?
Yep.
Because sometimes Lego makes things that are kind of out of
You
scale,
can't.
like maybe a car that nobody can, like a Lego man can't fit in the car because it's too small and doesn't have doors. Sometimes they do that,
Sometimes.
but because it's all comical and it's all cartoony, right? You kind of look at it and it's like, yeah, that's about the right scale. But then if you really look at it, it's like the car should be a lot bigger. But if the car is a lot bigger, of course, yeah, it would be a bigger set that costs more money and have more pieces. But also, it's not as cute. Right?
It's true. I mean, they have
Yeah.
sets that are just like car models that you can get.
Oh yeah.
Here you go. That's what the chair looks like.
Have a look again. Sorry, I was
You
looking
weren't paying
away.
attention.
Oh, it's one of these. Yeah, with the I don't know what style this is.
It's a
Quaker?
fancy
No,
chair. I don't
I,
know.
I forgot what it's called, but I think it's got a name. Quaker
Probably.
chairs? I don't know, but like basically, it's made out of like round sticks that are joined together,
Mm.
and these round sticks are turned on a lathe. So yeah, without a lathe,
It
you
sounds
can't
like
build
you
this
know
chair.
more about chairs than I do.
Yeah, maybe I've watched more YouTube videos. Let's just say, yeah. I
Oh,
think
that
I
wouldn't
might.
surprise me. I don't watch that
How
much
okay?
YouTube.
How much more have you got to do?
Of this
Because I think
section.
I might. Yeah, because I might
Not
get some
much.
food soon.
I'm nearly done with this one, so
Ah, okay.
we can
When you're
finish
done,
after this.
yeah, when you're done, I'm gonna go eat and shower. I actually have some people in the house fixing the roof right now, but I don't know what's going on. But I figure there's nothing of value too much value that is small enough for them to sneak past me. So
Mm.
I feel pretty safe. Yeah. Maybe the camera, but is it here? Oh yeah, the camera's right behind me. So yeah, there's nothing unless they
You're all good.
somehow sneak the TV past me.
Yeah, I think after the chairs, I only have like a couple more little bits to do. Just the chairs are really fiddly small. I just think that the chair legs are funny because I'm used to these Lego pieces being like horns
Oh yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah. Those
bones.
horn pieces. I know that one.
So it's just really funny that they're chair legs.
Yeah.
I'm always amused at like how Lego repurposes some of their pieces that you're used to seeing for something else.
I
Um,
think they look a little bit funny to be honest, cause it's not the right color. I think
the horns,
are they? No, because they're white, right?
yeah.
The rest of the chair is kind of like brown or light brown.
Mm. But
So I
the seat of the chair is white.
Oh, okay. I think this is probably going like it's a placeholder for this set, and then the next set where they have this chair, they have like a better one, and then you have to buy that. You can't build that set with a Lego collection, huge collection of Lego parts that you have because you have the old ones and they introduce one new one.
Hmm. Oh man, there's a new Guardians of the Galaxy set that it's their ship, and I already have an old Guardians of the Galaxy ship set, but it's from a previous movie.
Right.
Like the ship's, you probably can't even see if it's too dark, but
I
it's
can
behind me.
see an
Um,
outline of something.
it's fine. Um, the new set has got a couple of characters I don't have, and so I would like. Part of me is like, oh, I would like to have that set just so I can have the characters, but the other part of me is like, but it's $150, and the only reason I want to get it is because there's a couple of characters in it that I don't have. So I feel feel like I need
Yeah.
to convince somebody else to buy it for themselves and just send me the characters, the minifigures.
Oh, you're trying you're trying to find a fool.
I ma- Mainly I just want Mantis. That's that's the one I want, and a different sized Groot. Because I only have like a baby Groot. Uh,
Yeah.
I think.
Right.
So
I have, yeah, we have the big Groot from one of our sets. My son likes the figures, so yeah, that's why he buys the set. And then I'm like always happy when there's a small set but with like 5 characters in it. I'm like, oh yes, yes, thank you, Lego, thank you.
more
I don't have to
characters.
I don't have to spend $150 on to get these 5 characters.
Right. So I just ordered another one of another Eternal set, which will probably be arriving maybe next week. Um, and I decided not to get the biggest Eternals set because A, I don't like the spaceship. I think it's a boring thing to look at. And B, also because the Eternal set that I've already built, all of the characters from that are in the same set. I'm like, I don't need duplicates of that. So I
Ah, right. Yeah,
decided to
yeah.
get
You
like
don't
the
need it.
next one down
Yeah, you
to
don't need it. You don't need it.
so that I think there might be one duplicate character in it, but otherwise, um, uh, I would have 7 of the 9 Eternals or something by getting this other set. So I figured that was worth it to do it that way.
Yeah. Which would be if you had to only if you could only have one Eternals minifigure, which would it be?
Um,
Who's in that
probably
one?
I guess Cersei was the most interesting
Is
character.
that Angelina Jolie?
No.
Gemma Chan? I don't know. I don't know the characters' names. I just know who's in the movie.
She's the main one. Cersei is the main one. I don't know the actor's
Gosh.
name.
Okay,
Because
so I haven't watched the movie. I've only watched like the promotional stuff where it's like I know Gemma Chan is in it, Kumail is in it. Uh, yeah, the only 2 girls I know, 2 ladies I know is
it's
I
probably
think
that.
Angelina Jolie is in it, right? Or am I thinking
Yes.
of another movie? Uh, okay, so there's another girl in it that I don't know. Okay,
It's probably Gemma Chan because it's not uh
Gemma Chan was in.
Salma Hayek's in
Uh,
it as well, but it's not her.
oh right. Oh yeah. Salma Hayek's in it. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, Gemma Chen was she's the tall girl, Asian girl. She's in Crazy Rich Asians.
I I need to do better with actors' names.
Never mind. It's fine. It's cool.
But yes, that's probably who it is. All right, I am
Yeah.
done with this section. So I got
Cool.
through. That
I'm
was
gonna go eat.
section. That was section 8. So I did 6 sections in about 3 hours. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, I should probably eat, take a nap, look at my jokes.
Because
Yeah.
you have another set tonight.
Yeah, I better not get
see?
like it's easy to get cocky and bomb. I know that
Right.
that is a real thing. It's like you can kill one night and bomb the next night. It's a really real thing that happens, and it's happened to me many times.
Okay, this is where we're at.
That's beautiful. Did you just build a door, or is that?
Yeah, I did that
Yeah,
since you joined.
yeah.
See?
It looks
Now
great now.
it's not just this way, the train, and also the head on the record
nice.
player over here.
That's a really nice. Yeah, can't wait till you finish it. That looks like a house I would rob. It's a really nice house. That's a house.
A house to rob.
Definitely. Yeah. That's a house I would definitely break into.
It is looking good. All right. There's like 24 sections, so I've done 8 of 24 sections. I'm probably gonna see how long, like, because my kids are gonna be with their dad tomorrow, so I'm gonna
Oh,
see.
okay.
I might do like a long stream tomorrow night and just like break for when I want to eat my dinner.
Are you rushing to finish this set or?
Kind of. Mainly because I have 2 other Christmas sets that I want to build in December. Have
I
them up
have
before Christmas.
right. I have this. Well, I have this thing as a streamer where it's like, okay, if I'm, let's say I'm building something, it's like, yeah, but once I'm finished building, then like I gotta find new content, I gotta find new stuff to do, and that might cost money, right? So there is that. So I know there are a lot of Gundam builders, the Gunpla builders. They take forever to finish a set because it's like it's cost too much if they work, build it too
Right.
fast
But I
because they
have
need
a
to.
lot of
Yeah,
sets right now that are
right,
going to take me forever to build, and that's part of
right, right,
it.
right.
Like, because I just have so many sets and I keep ordering more. And I am tempted, like the haunted house set is back in stock at the moment, and I'm tempted to
Oh,
buy that. I'm waiting until
oh
Cyber
man.
Monday to see if it's still available, then I can get a better free
You
gift. We'll see.
you're gonna need a new shelf, I think.
I'm look, I have a shelf that I want to buy. I'm waiting for it to be in stock at IKEA. Like I can't even order it online right now. Like
Right,
it
right,
just
right,
doesn't
right,
let
right.
me.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
waiting for it to be
Wow.
in stock at IKEA.
Everything is everything is gridlocked.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
you can't do the stream until you build a set, and you can't build a set until you have space to store it, and you can't have that until the IKEA shelf goes
Well,
back in stock.
I mean, I
Yeah.
do have like bookshelf space downstairs that I could be storing stuff temporarily
Yeah.
until that comes, but we'll
Yeah.
see. I also have like more desk space over here. Right now it's
Yeah.
filled with all of the the empty
Yeah.
bags that I just
Right, right,
opened.
right, right. These I mean, the as a streamer, there's the kind of like urge to build things slow. But then as a Lego builder, I have this fear that if I don't finish this, if I just leave this here for a long time, parts are gonna go missing, and then
Well,
the
that's why I don't
OCD part of me,
open
yeah,
them until the I'm ready to use that section.
yeah, yeah.
And
Now,
I
yeah,
build
and
the
that's right.
whole section before I stop
Yeah, once
the
you get
stream.
started, finish that section. That's cool. Because that's how they package them now, right? Because
Mhm.
used to be it's like, here are all
Oh,
the
yeah.
red
No,
parts,
I
here
know.
are all the big parts, yeah,
I
here are all the
remember
small
my
parts.
childhood, they were not separated into
No,
sections like they are now.
they were separated, but to build the first step, you gotta open up 10 bags,
Yeah. Mhm.
right? And then it's like once they open, you're like, okay, I guess I have 10 piles now. And I gotta kind of remember that the long sticks are in this pile, the short sticks are in this pile next to the 2x4s, but that one has next to the 1x4s. Yeah, it's a
But
pain.
then if you take the sets apart and you have to put them back together again, then you actually have to you have to
Oh
find
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
pieces, right? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I'm
If
just
you,
gonna keep my sets like built. Unless I have to move, but hopefully I don't have to move. I'll just like have it display all the time.
do you keep all the boxes?
I have
Yeah,
all the
you
ones that I've
flatten them,
bought.
right? Yeah,
Well, I haven't yet. I need to do something about it. I just I ordered some like magazine boxes to put all of the instruction manuals in, because I've
yeah.
been keeping the instruction manuals in the boxes.
It's
Um,
also not ideal because like they're kind of floppy. They kind of flop around in the
yeah,
magazine boxes. But yeah, I have
yeah.
that problem.
So we'll see what's the best way to deal with them. But right now, obviously, I have a lot of boxes that are empty and just sitting around in my house, and I haven't
Yeah,
flattened
but
them.
they increase your value. Like if you ever resell your stuff and if you only have the bricks or you have the set without the
Mm.
box, I think it's yeah, you can't get that much for it
Probably
if you
that
have to.
wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise
if
me.
you have the.
But I think like having it completely unopened is where the money
Yeah,
is.
that's where the money is. Yeah, that's true.
But not that I'm
Um,
planning on selling them at all. Like these are my sets. Maybe when I die,
I
because my kids are probably not going to want to keep them.
I want to tell you a secret because I see that there's not many people watching, so I think I
One
can tell you
person.
this one. I have which is me. I I think I have a friend who was a little short on cash and sold some Lego sets, kind of like collectors Lego sets that he never opened to me
Oh wow.
last year. And I think next year, when things are kind of like even more back to normal, hopefully. And I think next year for his birthday, I'm gonna give it all back to him.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, gonna surprise him. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, well, that person's probably not watching. It says 2 viewers right now. I don't know who the other
Oh
person
shit.
is.
Oh shit.
But I
Because
highly
I
doubt
saw
that it's
one. I'm
because
like,
of your friend.
yeah. I hope not. I hope not. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, I should let you go get something to
Yeah.
eat,
I'm gonna. Okay. All right.
and
See you.
yeah, have fun. I
Sleep
will, and
well. I will see you in a few short hours. I'll see you
yeah,
in
no,
7 hours. I think.
I will see you in a few short hours. You're not likely to
Oh
see me
yeah.
because I'll be on Zoom.
But as a streamer, it's kind of like I imagine myself seeing you
See,
because I. Yeah.
you can pretend that I'm there in the physical audience behind the computer that's streaming on Zoom.
Okay. I'll wave to you. I'll wave to you.
Thank you.
During
Yeah.
the at the beginning of the show or during the
Like,
break. I
hello
think
to
they
the
leave it.
Zoom audience. I know Dominica's
Yeah.
watching right now.
I just wave. Okay.
All right.
All right. Have a
Enjoy
good one,
lunch.
Dominica. All
Thank
right.
you
See
to
you.
anyone who
Bye.
might be watching later. Thanks for watching my stream. And
Okay.
I will
Bye,
talk to you more
everybody.
later.